Good morning. Going live here talking about the Ray-Ban Meta glasses and a little bit about this channel and kind of the direction that it's been going. Now, most of you that have come to my channel are specifically for the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. I want to welcome you. Those that are happy to come across this channel for the very first time, this is what we talk about. We talk about the glasses. I showcase ways that I utilize the glasses and hopefully provide a lot of helpful tips for those that are exploring the glasses for the first time, whether you just purchased them and you're trying to look to navigate them or you're considering the purchase. But to kind of start the story off, I just wanted to say, why I started this channel simply was trying out new cool tech. Wasn't too familiar about AI and what the offerings were with these glasses. I just knew that I wanted to grab them for content creation. It intrigued me to a point that you can capture video and photos with these glasses. And with my previous experience as a video producer and content producer, I felt that it would help create a little bit of variety to the work that I was putting out there, as well as personally creating content for myself. And I've learned a lot of things over the course of the last 2 months that I've had the glasses, and I posted a handful of videos regarding that, kind of explaining that process. But for the most part, I've really enjoyed the glasses. They do have their drawbacks, and most notably, the area that I feel like I'm most disappointed is where Meta AI assistance is at currently. And it's been something where it's been frustrating to the point where I don't know necessarily, you would assume that these glasses will get better, the AI component will get better. But if you compare that to ChatGPT, Meta AI is way far behind. Um, ChatGPT is usually my go-to just because of the language model and the conversational aspect, especially using the voice AI feature. ChatGPT offers the video AI offer as well. So Meta does that too with live AI. But given the fact that it is not, it seems clunky to me, and there's going to be a lot of improvement that's going to be necessary in order to compete. Because if you have people that are leveraging ChatGPT now and then they make the switch over to Meta, it's night and day when it comes to that. But wanted to discuss just a little bit about my video production background and how I'm utilizing the glasses now to create content. I thought I was going to leverage it more for business. Right now, I'm not. It's more kind of trying to find a groove when it comes to utilizing these glasses, creating content. Right now, I'm just kind of finding different ways to be creative. I've posted a couple small vlogs, or at least content in the form of vlogs, and for me, that's been fun. And I really think that from a social component, because of the portrait format, that is really the only way that I'll probably leverage them, leveraging it either for shorts or for Instagram, Facebook. And I think that's what the intent was when creating the video features. But if that changes to where you're able to now utilize these glasses and capture in landscape form, I think it's going to be an absolute game changer because it's going to give you a different perspective. Obviously, the quality of video is going to have to come into play, but really, you look at the phones that we've used. We've used these our iPhones for, I've had an iPhone probably ever since I had maybe I had a BlackBerry. It's been so far back. But those that know what Blackberries and flip phones are like, that the difference is significant. So with iPhones and Apple products, you just see the natural progression, right? How the video quality improves and how that is going to have to be the next gradual transition or development for these glasses. And I know it's asking a lot with this frame factor in order to try to, cram a bunch of stuff into glasses without losing the stylistic form and just kind of the regular sunglass or eyeglass features. But it's something that I think in order to use these glasses on a much larger scale from a content production standpoint, to be able to do long form video, especially for YouTube, is going to have to be the next step with these things. One of the things that I think is another drawback for these is the fact that you're not going to get as many features within these glasses as you would unless you start linking up with other applications on the phone. a seamless integration, and I've talked about this in a video or two about integrating with Apple, most notably because that's a phone that I use and a lot of people use in conjunction with these glasses. Being able to integrate with other applications is going to have to be the critical next step. And as I mentioned, if Meta comes out with a whole round of apps within its own or applications within its own Meta ecosystem, then that could be the case. But people have to buy into Meta and what they have to offer, and it has to rival against the other competitors, right? So Apple is obviously very strong in the applications within Apple, is what people are used to. And if the only way that I think that Meta is going to continue is without competition, but that's not going to be the case. I believe Apple's going to be coming out with their own form of glasses. They've been working on them. The project has been either halted or slowed to some capacity. But I really think Meta's relationship with EssilorLuxottica, the ones that make Ray-Bans and other eyeglasses, is their strong point right now. Unless there's another company that Apple teams up with in order to create eyeglasses, or someone just comes out specifically to create those, I really think that it's going to be interesting to see where this goes, because if you could find the stylistic factor in addition to embedding it with all of this tech, you're gonna have a pretty big competitor, especially if Apple, alongside their relationships and their security and privacy that they have built into their phones, if they're able to do that, I think it's going to be something that is really going to make a huge impact on this wearable tech. Uh, the 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 areas that I think are actually, let's talk about time frame. Now, Meta is talking about coming out with their third gen glasses later this year with the projection on screens. I'm very interested to see where that goes. I think that obviously is going to create a little bit more buzz and versatility, because now you're really entering into the AI or augmented reality space. And if you're able to do that, that is going to be a huge step in order to start getting rid of the phone. If you could start seeing everything. I know when I first got the Apple Watch, I was pretty excited about the fact that I didn't have to carry my phone around, right? I could read text messages from my wrist. I could even take calls as well, as long as it was in the close proximity to the phone, or if you had the cellular data package to where you could actually make and receive calls via your watch. So I think that's what they're looking to be freed up a bit. Uh, as someone that hasn't really worn any type of facial accessory before in the past, I've enjoyed these. However, it's a big change to turn something like these glasses into a mainstream item, because are people going to want to wear glasses? It's going to have to provide a significant amount of value, and that's where I think once the screens come into play, where they're able to project onto the screens, I think that's going to be the game changer here. I also think that it's it's going to have to be it's going to have to work seamlessly. It's going to have to be awe-inspiring. If they're going to go projections on the screens, there are some glasses out there that have very poor projection. It almost looks as if you're familiar with the old game consoles like Atari, and just kind of the green text, block text. You can't, in my opinion, you can't go halfway on this. It has to be able to project imagery that is easy and clear to view, and it can't be obstructing if you're going to be using these for long periods of time or everyday use. If they're able to solve that problem and be able to integrate some more applications, I think that they're going to have a strong product to offer. But if they miss the mark on that, that's why I truly feel their projected date is the fall of 2025. I think it's going to be longer than that. I think it's going to be probably pushed into spring of 2026. Listen, I'm not a tech professional, but I think that there's just too much that they have to make sure that is perfect in order for this to work. And if they miss that mark, it's going to really probably set back Meta in their journey to creating wearable tech. And I think companies like Apple are going to jump in and probably make their own, in addition to other companies, other AI, especially language model ChatGPT. If they're able to embed that and team up, I think it'll be much more powerful because, as I've mentioned before, Meta is so far behind with the AI component, the AI assistant component. It's clunky. It doesn't work very well. So I tend to leverage ChatGPT much more, even though I'm using it through the ChatGPT app, which I would highly recommend. You're using it just like you would be using your phone. You'd be using the speaker and the mic to communicate with the voice AI feature. But having a true personal assistant that is a personal assistant, it's customized to you. They know your name. You can have your thoughts on what you think about AI as much as you want, but being able to make sure that you have a seamless communication interaction is where I think people are going to find the extreme value. And actually, it's quite awe-inspiring, the fact that you can have that. And I use ChatGPT over Meta AI. I've tried numerous times working with Meta AI and in the live AI feature and having a conversation. It'll cut off mid-sentence. Then you'll have to restart the conversation, and it remembering past conversations is very weak too. So long way to go for Meta, I think. I'm excited about any competitors that come into the space, so I'm going to be monitoring that. So if you're interested in wearable tech and AI and kind of the integration, I'm going to keep tabs on that. I'm by no means an expert, but I am excited about it. And I'm just waiting for a company to come along to push these glasses off the mark. I'm by no means dedicated and a fan, a diehard fan of these glasses. I do think that they are a important part of tech moving forward. I think it's the next progression and get rid of phones. And I think Meta is on their way to be able to set that trend. But I do believe that there's competitors that are not far behind when it comes to that. So if you enjoy this stuff, feel free to give it a like, tag along, connect with me if you have questions. Here to answer any questions 2 months in on these glasses, but enjoy everybody's time for watching. I'm here to help, try to provide as much value for you. So I appreciate that. And with that said, we'll see you on the next live stream. See you next video.